All right, let's talk about solving problems. I mean, really solving them, not just patching them up for a little while. Today, we're going to dive into a powerful framework called the 8D methodology, and it's all about putting those nagging issues to bed for good.
You know the feeling, right? There's that one frustrating problem, you think you fixed it, you move on, and then bam! A week later, a month later, it's back. It feels like you're constantly playing whack-a-mole, just fighting the same fire over and over again. So what's going on here? Why do some problems just refuse to die? Okay, let's paint a picture. Imagine you're running a fleet of delivery drones. Things are going great, but then batteries start failing in mid-flight. So you swap them out. Problem solved, right? Nope. Then more fail. Now you've got this mysterious recurring headache, and all these so-called quick fixes are just burning through your time and money. This is exactly the kind of situation that screams out for a more systematic approach.
And that better way? That's the 8D methodology. Think of it like a roadmap, a proven guide that takes you from that constant frustration to a permanent locked-in solution. It's all about making that huge shift from just reacting to problems to actually, finally, resolving them. So, what exactly is this 8D thing? Well, the D stands for disciplines, 8 of them to be exact. It's basically a structured, team-based playbook for finding, fixing, and, this is the most important part, completely eliminating those nagging problems. And hey, it was originally developed by Ford Motor Company, so you know it's got some serious street cred in the world of quality management.
Yeah, the name itself really tells you a lot. This isn't some vague, feel-good philosophy. It's a sequence of 8 concrete, specific disciplines. And that structure, that step-by-step nature, is its superpower. It's what makes the whole process so effective and, repeatable. But here's the thing. The benefits go way beyond just zapping one single issue. When you start using the 8D process, you're actually building a stronger, smarter organization. You create a culture where things are always getting better, quality goes up, your customers are happier, and different teams actually start talking and working together. And maybe best of all that valuable stuff you learn doesn't just evaporate. It gets documented and shared. So let's get into the nitty-gritty. Let's walk through this journey together. I want you to think of the 8 disciplines like you're a detective on a case, breaking the investigation down into a few logical phases. And first up, you got to get your facts straight.
Phase 1 is all about understanding the situation and, honestly, just stopping the bleeding. It actually starts with a D0, which is basically just asking, is 8D even the right tool for this job? If the answer is yes, boom, you move to D1. Get the team together. And not just any team, you need a cross-functional one, with people bringing different expertise to the table. Then comes D2, and this one is huge. You have to describe the problem with cold, hard data. The who, what, where, when, why. No guessing allowed. And finally, D3 is all about containment. For our drones, that means grounding the fleet, or maybe implementing 100% battery checks. You have to protect your customers while you investigate.
Okay, so the immediate crisis is contained. You've bought yourself some breathing room, and now the real detective work can finally begin. This brings us to phase 2, find and fix. And let me tell you, D4 is literally the heart of the entire 8D process. This is where you dig deep, past the symptoms, to find the true root cause. Then, in D5, you don't just jump on the first easy solution that pops into your head. No way. You brainstorm options. You pick the most effective permanent fix, and then, and this is critical, you test it to make sure it actually works without causing 5 new problems down the line. And finding that root cause in D4, it's not just guesswork. It's a structured investigation using a whole toolkit of proven methods. You might use the 5 whys technique, where you just keep asking why, like a curious kid, until you get to the bottom of it. Or you could use a fishbone diagram to map out every single potential cause. Pareto analysis can help you focus on the 20% of issues causing 80% of the pain. It's all about using data to hunt down the real culprit. In the final phase, you make sure the solution sticks and this problem never ever comes back. In D6, you roll out your permanent solution and monitor it to make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do. D7 is about locking in the change. This is where you update your systems, your processes, your training manuals. You basically make it impossible for the old problem to happen again. And finally, D8, a simple but really powerful step. Recognize the team. This isn't just about a pat on the back. It closes the loop and reinforces the exact culture of proactive problem solving you're trying to build. So when you step back and look at the whole process, you start to realize it's about so much more than a checklist. It's a fundamental shift in your mindset. It's about moving beyond that endless, exhausting cycle of the quick fix. I mean, it really comes down to two different worlds. On one side, you have temporary fixes that only deal with symptoms, so of course the problem comes back. Knowledge gets lost in the chaos, and you're just stuck in reactive firefighting mode. The AD approach is the complete opposite. It targets the root cause to eliminate the problem for good. Knowledge gets captured and shared, building a culture of proactive improvement. The real question is, which of those two worlds do you want to be operating in? So, this all sounds great, but how do you actually put it into practice? Think of this as your new problem-solving playbook. To really make this work, here are the keys. First, always be data-driven. Let the numbers guide your decisions, not just gut feelings. Get the right people in the room from the very beginning. Document everything clearly. It'll be your best friend later. Test your solutions rigorously. Really make sure they work. And finally, integrate this whole process into your existing quality systems so it becomes part of your company's DNA. At the end of the day, the real value of the 8D methodology isn't just knowing the steps. It's actually applying them. So I'll leave you with a challenge. What's that one recurring problem in your world, that one constant headache that you could finally eliminate for good?